Hola, buenos días. En este video vamos a aprender cómo usar los pronombres del complemento indirecto. So we're going to look at indirect object pronouns in Spanish. This is the second video I have made on this topic. If you would like to check out my first video on this one after this one, you can. You don't have to though. It's just I think this one's about 2 years, coming about 2 years later than the other one. So maybe I'm explaining it different in one of the videos. So maybe the other one might work better for you. The text that you're seeing on the screen is available to you in a document form in a link in the description of the video. And if you open up that link, all these links that you see on here in blue, they're all going to be live on that document. So if you want to open it up, you can click on those links and check out those other videos that I'm referencing. So, what are indirect object pronouns? Well, the indirect object pronouns are words that are going to take the place of an indirect object noun. So what you're going to have to do is when you have a sentence in front of you, you have to ask yourself who or what is indirectly receiving the action of the verb in this sentence. Let me first here give you the indirect object pronouns, and they are, over here on the left, me, te, le, nos, os, and lace. Now these probably look familiar to you because these are the same words that you used when you learned the verb gustar. Like you say me gusta, te gusta, le gusta. They're the same exact words. So hopefully they look familiar to you. Let's go down a little bit here. The process for using indirect object pronouns is the same as it is for direct object pronouns. If you haven't yet learned direct object pronouns, it might be good for you to go back and do that as well because it's going to be quite similar, and if you can do one, you'll definitely be able to do the other. And then pretty soon your teacher or somebody might request that you learn how to use both direct and indirect object pronouns in the same sentence. So you won't be able to do that if you haven't learned to do both of them by themselves first. So back over here, what you're first going to do is find out who is receiving the action of the verb. Change that person to a pronoun and place them before the conjugated verb, if there's one verb in the sentence. So let me give you some examples here. So this first one over here. Kevin da libro. So Kevin gives the book, and I put in parentheses there, a nosotros, to us. So you have to ask yourself, who is indirectly receiving the action of the giving? So the book is directly receiving it. We are indirectly receiving it. So we're going to change us to the pronoun nos, and we're going to put it before the conjugated verb da, and so the new sentence would read, Kevin nos da el libro, which would mean Kevin gives us the book, or Kevin gives the book to us. Let's give you another example. So we have Sean pasa la sal. Sean passes the salt, and then it says to you in the parentheses there. So the indirect object pronoun for to you or you is te. So your new sentence is going to read, Sean te pasa la sal. Sean passes the salt to you. So that's the easiest part so far. Now what about multiple verbs? We got a couple different scenarios I'm going to go through here. The first one is, come in here. When there are two verbs, you have two options. Here are the examples of each. So with an infinitive, you can attach your pronoun, or you can still put it in front of the conjugated verb. Let's see, example sentence. Mi madre va a leer el libro a mí. So my mom is going to read the book to me. So to me can change to the pronoun me. Now let's go with the first option. And the first option is you can put it in front of your conjugated verb, which in this sentence is the verb ir. It's conjugated to va. So my new sentence could read, Mi madre me va a leer el libro. So my mom is going to read me the book. Or she's going to read the book to me, whichever one. Now, since I have two verbs, though, I have the va and the leer. I can actually attach the me to the infinitive leer and say, Mi madre va a leerme el libro. That one's more English-like, in that in English we might say, my mom is going to read me the book. Sometimes it comes after the verb like that. But both of them are completely correct. One more example that's like that. Right down here. Tu novia quiere mandar la carta a su madre. So your girlfriend wants to send the letter to her mom. The indirect object pronoun for your mom, or her mom, is le. So the new sentence could read, Tu novia le quiere mandar la carta, o Tu novia quiere mandarle la carta. So the le can go in front of the conjugated verb quiere, right here, or it can be attached to the infinitive mandar, like that. And they're both correct. Then we've got one more scenario we got to go through. What about the progressive tenses? So with progressive tenses, you still have the same kind of options, and it's very similar to the one above with just one little difference. So let me give you a couple examples. First one, Mi madre está leyendo el libro a mí. So my mom is reading the book to me. So again, the to me will change to me. Your first option is easier. It's Mi madre me está leyendo el libro. So I'm putting the me in front of the conjugated verb está, and that one's the easier option, and it's totally correct. This other option right here, it's just a tiny bit harder. but it works well, is mi madre está leyéndome el libro. So I can attach the me to the leyendo. The problem here is that when I do this, it makes the word, making the word longer like that, it makes it so that you have to add an accent mark over the correct syllable, which when you do this, I do have a lesson on accent marks if you want to learn more about them, and you can watch it right here. But if this, I'll give you this one rule here. If the stress on a word in Spanish falls on the third or more syllable back from the end of the word, then you have to put a written accent mark there. So that word leyéndome, really quick, I'll show you. If I broke that down into its syllables, it would be leyéndome, like that. Now say this word leyendo by itself, leyendo, leyendo. The stress that you hear is over that E, right, before the N. So the stress on leyéndome is right here, and it happens to be the 1, 2, third syllable back from the end of the word, so that's why I have to put a written accent mark there. Again, if you want to go more in depth than that, go ahead and check out this video. Let me give you one more example. Tu novia está mandando la carta. So your girlfriend is sending the letter to your mom, so I'm going to change your mom to her. She, or to her, can change it to le. I can put it in the front of the conjugated verb está and say tu novia le está mandando la carta. Or I can attach the le to the progressive form of mandando, and I have tu novia está mandándole la carta, like that with the accent mark over that A right there. So let's do an activity here for some practice. What we're going to do, we got the indirect object pronouns. Instructions are to rewrite the sentences so that they have indirect object pronouns. So I've got 8 sentences there. What I want you to do is look at the sentence, just like the ones we did above, and change the stuff in parentheses to the appropriate indirect object pronoun, and then put it in the appropriate place in the sentence. Now, I think about half of these sentences have more than one option. You can do both if you want to, or you can just do one, doesn't matter to me. Either way, go ahead and pause the video and do that right now if you want to. And then I'm going to start giving the answers in just a second. So pause the video, and then I'll start giving my answers. Okay, so answers. Number 1 is going to be el mesero nos la sirve. 2, we have 2 options, okay? Nuestros amigos me están comprando los tomates. O nuestros amigos están comprándome los tomates. 3, Do le da la tarea. 4, la clase te quiere ordenar la pimienta. O la clase quiere ordenarte la pimienta. 5, tío Rico les tira la salchicha. 6, los estudiantes le piden las zanahorias. 7, el perro le está preparando las papas. O el perro está preparándole las papas. Y finalmente 8, nosotros le vamos a recomendar la sal. O nosotros vamos a recomendarle la sal. So that's the activity. That's everything I have in this lesson for you today. If you want to just hear me explain it to you differently, I don't know if it's different or not. I don't typically watch my videos, but if you want to check out the first video I made, which is a couple years ago, you can watch this one right here. Again, that link is live on this document, and maybe that will better explain it to you if this one didn't do the job. Otherwise, if you have questions, let me know. Make a comment in the box below. Make sure to leave a like if you liked it, and subscribe for more if you want more videos. Thanks.